Hey, good morning, shelter. It is 6 a.m., and you know what that means. It is our daily 6 at 6. Now, I'm not your normal host, which is Pastor Justin, but he did give me an opportunity to kind of speak to you guys today. So, as you guys can see, I have got an amazing assortment of these beautiful things called lemons. And for me, there's that saying, and you know what it is. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. But I want to be honest with you. I cannot stand that saying. I can't stand it because I actually know a little bit more than maybe some people do about lemons. Because simply put, these little guys right here have so much value to them that goes well beyond the saying of just making lemonade. I mean, the amount of professions that actually use these guys is quite incredible. I don't think there's another fruit on this planet that has more uses in different fields or professions than lemons. I mean, we got lemon scent cleaner, which actually can be used to clean a lot of different things. Chefs are constantly using lemons to add value and variety to different types of food. And then there's just the good old-fashioned making it into, that's it, lemonade. But when did these guys get a bad reputation? I mean, why is it that when we want to describe something that isn't doing what it's meant to do, a lemon? I get that they're sour, but so much value is so deep inside these things that we don't really give it what it should be. And so I'm looking at this and I'm just wondering how many times we have looked throughout Scripture and God seeing somebody as the outside, but He knows the value of what it has to offer that maybe not everybody else is quite seeing yet. So the first story I wanted to bring up to you is in Acts chapter 8. Now, Kristen and Esther, they preached on this story a long time ago, and I'm telling you what, it's still sticking with me. Those ladies did such an amazing job, which is the story of the eunuch. Now, for all intents and purposes, an individual who is a eunuch has a lifelong deformity or something that happened to him that has now labeled them as something possibly negative. And so the term is always going to be the first thing that is emphasized, much like a lemon. But God, see, He had a plan that is so much deeper, so much more enriched, that by using somebody who may not be the right example, influenced an entire nation of Ethiopia. See, I think God saw that eunuch as a heart, because when Philip ran into him in Acts chapter 8, he's sitting there and he's reading Scripture. He's reading the book of Isaiah, which is actually talking about the Messiah. And Philip asks him, do you know who you're talking about? Do you know who you're reading about? And Philip has an opportunity to explain to him the message of Christ. And from that experience, I know, and I believe this, is from that individual's position of power, which he was in relationship with one of the most powerful people in all of Ethiopia, was able to explain the gospel of Jesus Christ in a way that was so profound, which actually makes Ethiopia the largest country to this day of Christians. See, there's also a story right after that. And most of every single Christian knows this one, which is the conversion of a young man named Saul, who's eventually going to become Paul. And what we end up seeing is, from all intents and purposes, I can't imagine there being a single Christian who is looking at Saul and going, hey, that's the man who's going to tell the story. Because I bet you they saw him as a lemon. But again, I believe in a God who sees well beyond what we have intended our purposes for. And not only did Saul become Paul, but he redefined Christianity for millions of people. See, God showed that someone who has been doing so much harm or may not have the best flavor right off the bat, when you add God to it, there's a whole different perspective in it. And I'm wondering what we're doing right now with things that we're looking at in our day-to-day, and we haven't really dived deep into what the value is for us. So I want to give you guys this challenge as you guys are waking up and going throughout your day. I want you guys to think of your current situation and what you're doing at this particular time. Because God has so much more value than maybe what we see on the surface. There's so much that God's given us that we haven't yet fully taken advantage of. I know for me, the value just isn't in this alone. But you add it to the right thing, and I have to do it. Makes a pretty good drink. So this morning, I want you to see a little bit deeper. Enjoy life just a little bit better. And as always, I hope to see you guys today, tomorrow, whatever day it comes, because you know what we've got going on? We've got a deeper opportunity to do something great within our community. So I hope you guys join us for our blood drive, which is coming up. If you haven't signed up, make sure and sign up. We're going to put a link down in the bottom of the description there. Guys, I hope you have a fantastic day. I'm going to get out of here. Enjoy my lemonade. Love you guys.